Hey Virgo, how are you doing? Okay, this is going to be your third party reading, mid to late May, and this is the reading where we look at what's happening between your person and the third party. So this reading is not about you and your person. It's about your person and somebody else. It's about them, whoever they are. And we are just going to understand, or try to understand, what energies are flowing between them, what's happening, and where this connection is heading. Okay. I've always hesitated by calling this connection a relationship because for many people it won't be a relationship. It could be something casual, something on the side. And others it could be something that's fizzling out, whatever. Okay. But it's a connection. And that feels right. Okay, 5 cards. All right. So the first card is the overall energy between these two people, and it flavors the rest of the reading. It kind of can indicate what's happening between them. And we've got here the Wheel of Fortune, change. Change is a part of life. But when you see the Wheel of Fortune as the overall energy, major arcana, something's happening in this situation. Things are on the move. This can be in a fortunate way, but not always. I could say change is always good, but when it happens, it might not seem good. I think we all know that. Your person's feelings for the third party. And we have the 10 of Wands reversed. Okay. They feel as if we can't go any further. The burden, the stuff they got to think about, contend with, is too much for them. This is a card where somebody feels like there's no light at the end of a tunnel. There's no more to give. They've given everything. I'm not getting anything back. It's a card where somebody doesn't feel any motivation. And also in terms of feelings, this is a card which is about passion, upright, 10 wands. As much passion as you can possibly have in the wand suit, perhaps. But turn this around, the passion is gone, it's dissipated. The spark's no longer there. It's kind of giving up in many respects. Let's have a look. Clarified by the 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. And the 7 of Pentacles. So this is what they're feeling. And the 3 of Cups reversed, particularly with the 10 of Wands here reversed, it's so many feelings that destiny has been unkind to them. They feel empty. They feel like they've given it all, and nothing's come back to them. 7 of Pentacles here, I think combined with all of this, it's like, despite all of this, it's the spite. They feel as if they can't quite turn their back on this situation, back on this third party. Exhausted, and so forth and so forth. But they feel as if they put so much into this that perhaps they just can't just walk away, despite the fact that there's just nothing left. It's empty. There's also something here with the 3 of Cups where this is their feelings. And this is a third party reading, so hey, and the 3 of Cups is the third party card. They could be feeling that there's somebody else, which could be you, or they feel like they are in some ways cheating with this third party person, putting it out there. And it could just channel into why they feel exhausted about this situation. Juggling relationships can be physically, maybe physically people can cope with it, but mentally and emotionally, that's where it hits. Because you're drawn to 2 different things. But you mentally have to have the space for two different people, emotionally. So, this next card is what's in your person's head about this situation, what's happening with the third party. And we have death reversed. Okay. This isn't about feelings, this is what's in their mind. This can be intentions, but also is the environment, the mental environment in which they are working with. And if somebody's in a relationship, in a connection, and death reverse appears, it's sometimes worse than death itself, in my mind, because it's knowing, and this is about what's in their mind, it's about knowing. It's like knowing that this situation is just dead already. It's already over. They know it's already over. But they're going through the motions. It's kind of a zombie relationship. There are too many of those relationships. They're going through the motions. Ace of Pentacles, clarifying, and we have the High Priestess. I think these two cards together are saying, particularly with death reversed here, is in their mind, they're not going to let this go. They're not letting this go. We've got Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles here. Attached in some way. It's like, I've invested too much in this. I'm going to give it one last go. Perhaps so. But what kind of enthusiasm is there? The High Priestess reversed. They're not feeling it. Intuitively, emotionally, spiritually, they're not feeling it. This is very physical, the physical realm. High Priestess is that emotional, spiritual stuff. So whilst they might be on the surface trying to hold this relationship together, even though it's dead, they are emotionally just not engaged, which kind of reflects what's happening here. They're divorced from this. Their rational mind says, give this a go. I can't give up on it. I've invested so much. The emotional part of them is, what? Why are you doing that? And we can see here in the key card, the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. And as I said earlier, change is always for the best. Always for the best. Big statement. But there are positives, but you might not see them at the time. And what's happening in this situation is positive. I doubt whether your person would see it that way. Next card is what actions your person is taking towards the end of May, okay? And this can be in the 3D world or emotionally. And we got the Chariot reversed. I think they're not doing anything. In the physical and emotional realm, things are stuck for them. I think they'd feel a great deal of frustration. This relationship's pulling them in different directions, urging them to go in different directions, I would say. And they just don't know what to do. Overwhelmed emotionally is something about the Chariot reversed. You're so overwhelmed by the emotions of a situation, you don't know where to go, what direction to go, whether you should be on the move or not. Clarification, Queen of Wands. I always love seeing the Queen of Wands. Let's move these a little bit, okay? I always love seeing the Queen of Wands, particularly in this deck. She's so enticing. Let's clarify again. We have a 5 of Pentacles. I reckon I reckon the Queen of Wands is the third party appearing. She is enticing, eager, passionate, sexual. Can be a femme fatale, particularly if she's reversed. But hey, I think she can be a femme fatale upright, okay? Because there's something about that all the same. But that's assuming she's a woman or a male femme fatale. Okay, I don't know. My French isn't that good enough to know what the translation would be. Okay. I've got the Five of Pentacles. I think the stuckness here in this relationship is between these two people. And your person, and perhaps even the third party, they both feel as if they're no longer communicating, no longer connected. They're no longer communicating in the way perhaps they did. They both feel like they are out in the cold, abandoned. I've been out in the cold from the church. So what does that mean? That means this intuitively, they don't feel it. So there might well be conversations between them on the physical realm. But intuitively, no. I would guess and gather that the third party would feel quite aggrieved by this, particularly if he or she is the Queen of Wands. They need that emotional and physical connection. Unhappiness will ensue. Okay, so where's this connection heading? We've got the last card here. This is the direction of connection. End of May into April. Could be a bit longer. And this is the part of the reading which is not set in stone. This is the direction of the energies, and the energies could shift depending on many things. But this is where it's heading at the moment. And generally speaking, it won't change unless people start working on themselves. And we've got Temperance upright. And I'm going to clarify. Why not? Why not clarify? And another major arcana upright, the Fool upright, and we have the Nine of Swords reversed. I don't think this is the relationship mending between these two people. I think it would have been two more positive cards with the Empress. That might well be the case. The Empress can be a healingness. It can be that, but you might not like to hear this, but I think your person here is embedding themselves to an extent in the home life. It's a card of nurturing, looking after, supporting. And I think they are doing that within the relationship. I see that here going back, Ace of Pentacles, embedding themselves into that world. But there's a problem. The problem is the Fool. The Fool ain't going to be satisfied with that. The Fool takes risks. The Fool just doesn't care. Wants to get out, no matter what. If it means walking off a cliff, okay? The dog might be thinking like, what the hell are you doing? But the Fool just does it anyway. Because the Fool has faith. Faith that things will work out. But not enough faith not to worry. Nine of Swords reversed. I see this as a more intense version than the upright card. Your person here is paralyzed between two different courses. Urges, not courses, urges. The home life might be satisfying to an extent, or perhaps not. just getting out of it. And we don't know what to do. And they are torturing themselves, not just in the night, but during the day, torturing themselves about what to do. Paralyzed by indecision. I almost can hear them say, how did I get myself in this position? And this is the root of the issue. Change. Things are changing in this connection fundamentally, which is why we got this card. And change is thrusting your person into a position where they're going to have to contemplate what they do about this. They can't keep on going on in a connection which they're unhappy, they don't feel the connection. But both parties feel abandoned, out in the cold. Something needs to be done. What does your person want to happen in this connection? Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, there's a certain degree of contemplation here, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles clarifying. This is about independence, this card. It's trying to find their own path. We're trying to work out what they want to do. And again, throwing this out here, Nine of Pentacles upright is somebody who might well be satisfied materially, but emotionally, they might well not be. Kind of needs other stuff as well. Other readers might disagree with that interpretation because it's what I'm seeing here. I think when I say other readers disagree with it, depends on your philosophy of life. I sometimes see the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles upright as being a rather sad card. The person has everything, but nothing. And what does the third party want to happen between these two people? Knight of Swords reversed, okay. One more. And we have the Five of Wands reversed. Okay. They're not going to let go of this impetuous energy. Needy energy. Have to have it energy. Virgo are struggling with what to do about all that. They're struggling. They want this. They want to grab it. They won't let it go. And they're chasing it. But we know that if we do that, the struggle here is that they might lose everything. Okay, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Okay, thanks so much indeed. Bye-bye.